I move for no man, no man, no man, no man, no man.
We'll call it a draw. Just a flesh wound, just a flesh wound, just a flesh wound, just a flesh wound, just a flesh wound.
Dude, Frankie, what's going on?
I'm good. What, you're
man.
in Florida, huh? You went back.
Yeah, I'm in Daytona Beach.
Have you been,
I got back into South Florida a few days ago. We have a conference here,
what type of conference?
a nutrition conference, International Society of Sports Nutrition.
Are you going to be speaking?
I'm actually not presenting this year. I'm here for, continue education credits and to, network with colleagues.
Your boyish good looks. Will you be handing out
That's what
hors d'oeuvres to your guests?
No, I'll be drinking coffee and hitting on young girls, mostly. That's why they bring me in here.
Have you been enjoying the all the amenities that Florida has to offer, including bath salts?
Dude, Daytona Beach is a fucking meth town. It's crazy. we went for a walk. We were driving in. We were like, wow, this place is not what we expected. It's like a burnt out beach town plus meth. Very gangster.
Every time I hear Daytona Beach, I think of MTV Spring Break. You remember that?
Yeah. I do. I think of that and Dirty Grandpa and then Talladega Nights, because the speedway is here and it's pretty awesome.
So is it safe to say that the college students turned that place to shit, or was that place shit before they came into town?
I think it was shit before they came, and now it's just trampled shit.
Okay. Is it still like a big destination, like a tourist destination, or just, I mean, the way what you're describing doesn't sound like a place that I'd want a vacation to.
No, it's scorched earth here. It's like I feel like I'm in like Mad Max or something. It's pretty fucked up.
So at this point, like, hotels actually pay you guys to come and
DM some people. I mean, no, we gotta rent the space, but I'm sure prices are pretty cheap. It is 9/11 and
dirt cheap.
9/11 weekend, and no one can travel.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean no one can travel? So during today, no one travel stops?
No, of course people can, but it's just like travel's tough right now. There he is.
Morning, friends. Sorry, guys.
You look a little cockeyed. What's going on?
I just woke up 2 seconds ago and haven't
Were you
had
drinking last night? You look like you were heavily drinking last night.
No, I stayed up till like 2:30 playing the refinished Tony Hawk games.
Yeah.
So I was just obsessively playing that.
It's probably not going to be good for your productivity.
Probably not.
But,
Well, the good thing he's got a lot of Kimera coffee to bring him back to life.
I actually do. He did send me some.
I sent you our to-go box with all the flavors, Gary, so you can enjoy all of them.
I was just going to mention that. I did get the to-go box. I'm good to go. I'm making an amber roast at the moment.
Oh, that one's my favorite.
I like the amber roast. That's a good one.
Very fruity, very different. It's very good.
Nothing beats the original for me, but the amber is definitely good.
Guys, it's been a minute since we've caught up. How was your festivities during Labor Day? Anybody do anything interesting?
Ate a lot of meat, just barbecued.
You did what you do every Sunday, so we'll just skip over to Gary. Gary, you were at Team Alpha Male, weren't you?
That was. I want to say that was that weekend? I can't even remember. Yeah, I guess so. I was down in Sacramento, or I guess I should say across over the. Shouldn't say down. It's definitely probably further north than here. I was in Sacramento. It was interesting. Never been there before. A lot of hot chicks.
Yeah.
The town itself is more similar to here. Like, it's more similar to New Jersey. Like, kind of like a little bit more woodsy, than most of California is. Mm-hmm. At least most of the California that I've been to, like Los Angeles and stuff like that.
That's nice.
So it was more familiar feeling, I guess, in terms of California. Oh, also the people are much more are much more like us in New Jersey. Like they're much more aggressive. Like
Yeah.
they're not. They're like ready to fight you over like honking the horn at somebody or something like that. Like it's not.
I like Sac. I've been there a few times, and yeah, I agree. It's definitely more like East Coast people than I always say with California. Like I don't like California because of the Californians, but Sac is actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
People are more like us.
What were you doing down there? Just a seminar?
No, so that was like a last minute thing. The seminar got added on at the end. So this guy Andre Feely is fighting in the UFC.
Touchy-feely.
Yeah, and he is fighting this guy named Thug Nasty. So pretty
Feely versus
first name Thug, last name Nasty.
Yeah, pretty interesting nickname for somebody who I think he's from like the Midwest somewhere. Like I can't say for sure, but like something like Arkansas or something, like some random like Midwest state that doesn't really get a lot of attention. So it's just kind of funny to me because it's just, I don't know, to call somebody Thug Nasty from like it's just I'm sure that his nickname was ironic. Like I'm positive that somebody fucking gave him that to him. Like
he's probably like a nerd.
Exactly. Like he's like
one of these jiu-jitsu nerds.
I mean, he's a tough dude. I've watched all of his, like not all of his fights, but probably like his last 5 to 7 fights. And he's a tough jiu-jitsu dude. It was good for Andre to bring me in because, you know, that guy, he knows what he's doing. He has, like, he's submitting people with things that, like, are difficult to submit people with, like twisters, things like that. So
he's sneaky.
Yeah, it's not like your average guy who just like knows how to do one submission or something. So he's pretty crafty. He's got a bunch of different submissions. Tough dude. So
how long were you there for?
I was there for about a week.
Do you think he has like time to learn anything in a week?
Yeah, I do. He's got a big fight camp ahead of him. So here's the deal. Like, do I think that I think the best way to do it, of course, but it's obviously not always possible, is to have your coaches, like whoever's going to be helping you out for the fight camp for the most part, is to have them out for, you know, pretty much the entirety of the camp, or at the bare minimum, like the last 5 weeks, right? I think that would be ideal, and that's probably going to be the most productive. Actually, forget the last 5 weeks. It's probably even more important for the first 5 weeks, and I would say that rather than the last 5, because the last couple of weeks of the fight camp are kind of like weight cutty and stuff. Like a lot of people don't really do things as much. So I would say like it's actually more important to do it on the front end than the back end. But I think that so long as he actually practices it when I'm gone, it's fine, you know, like, so I gave him a bunch of drills and things, and if he chooses to continue to do them,
okay,
he's going to be able to maintain the information. If he doesn't practice the things that we talked about, like,
it'll be a waste.
It's going to be a waste for sure. I think he's going to practice it. He's like kind of like an obsessive kind of guy, like really interested in getting better, really wants to win. He's not like, he's confident, but not like cocky to the point where he's like, man, like I don't have to fucking do any of this. Like, I mean, he flew me in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
he obviously cares.
Yeah. He obviously wants to get better at that. So,
the other thing I'll say, just sorry, briefly before we go, the other thing I'll say is that even if I wasn't effective as a coach, so like, let's say for example, for that week, like, he didn't get a whole hell of a lot out of the actual instruction, which I highly doubt. But even if he didn't, I could still be useful as a training partner because I'm gonna try to use jiu-jitsu in a similar way than that his opponent would use it, and then it's probably gonna be few and far between where he's gonna get a look at that a person like that's jiu-jitsu, like in his training room. Like I don't think there's anybody like him.
I thought you were going to say that, you know, if he learned anything, it was like all your ATM tricks. How to properly eat bunghole.
Amen.
I swear to God, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
I think he's able to take care of it. I'm pretty sure he's got it down. I think he doesn't seem to be like somebody who needs a crash course and ask them out.
Well, you never know.
You never know. You're right. He could.
Okay,
I don't know. We didn't talk about it enough.
I have a question. I have a couple of questions. I'm very curious about this. Did everybody want to roll with you?
Oh yeah.
Who's the toughest person in the room? Like who do you think has the highest understanding of
so
jiu-jitsu?
the toughest person in their jiu-jitsu room is probably Dustin Akbari. Dustin Akbari, I've competed against a couple times. He's got like pretty decent judo and wrestling and that sort of thing. So he was there. He was a little hurt, so he didn't like go 100% or anything. But he's probably the toughest guy in their room. But they have some decent jiu-jitsu guys. Like,
So did he mention that he was hurt before rolling?
Yeah.
Classic. So if you would have gotten caught with something, there's no upside to this, Garry.
Yeah, it's always like that. You always like, when you're rolling with somebody and they're like, yeah, I'm kind of hurt. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
let's see how this goes.
So
Is the guy-
if you like humiliate him, it's okay because he's hurt. But then if he catches you, then you're the piece of shit.
Yes, correct. I should have been like, oh, don't worry, I'm hurt worse.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know
Yes.
what your injury is, but trust me, I'm hurt worse.
And then as you're
That's the
choking
only
him,
way. That's the only way to combat that.
as you're choking him, you whisper in his ear, "I invented that move." Or you go, "I'm not really hurt." Was Uriah there hanging out with you guys?
Yeah. Uriah is actually very active in the fight team. Like, I would say like guys like him that have been like past superstars. You can't always necessarily count on a guy like that to be there as a coach all the time, because a lot of times those guys have other types of roles, like maybe they're working on movie deals and different things. And, when
And
somebody,
he's like a serial entrepreneur.
yeah, like, I mean, dude, been in the game for so long. He's a very famous guy. Like, I'm sure he could be doing any number of things at any given moment. But I will say, and maybe it was because I was there, but I don't think so, because it didn't seem like he really knew 100% that I was coming that week. I would say like he pretty much ran most of the practices, or at the very least was at all of the practices, even the ones he wasn't running, like they have a multitude of coaches there. But he was around all the time. That also may be because he has a pregnant wife at home. So maybe he was like, you know what?
He's like, I want to live in the
Let me
gym.
get out of the house for a few hours a day.
Yeah. Like he would come to the gym and like his wife, like, I think like wants him around because not just to be there for her. Like she wants him around because she's worried about him getting COVID before they go deliver the baby.
Yeah.
She doesn't want, because if you don't test negative for COVID before you can't go into the delivery room.
Right.
So she's worried that like he's not going to be able to be there for her. So she's like, I guess now that it's getting really close, like she's close to like delivering the baby, I think she's getting a little bit more antsy about him going to training and stuff. So he'll be like, oh yeah, babe, I'm going out for a burrito. And then
he'll like sneak into the training room.
Just show up 4 hours later.
Did you guys hang out, Garry?
Hang out with Uriah? No, we didn't really go. I didn't really go out much. The first day I was there, Andre threw like a little party because he just bought a house. So it was like a housewarming party, and we just hung out. And then the last day I was there, I went to some.
How was the male to female ratio at that party?
Oh, it was really good actually. Like he did a pretty good job in terms of that. His girlfriend's friends are very attractive.
Yeah. But you have a girlfriend, so you couldn't.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm a boring loser now, so I can't say too much.
Yeah.
Whatever. It is what it is.
I mean, it's fine. Shit happens.
Hey Garry, was
back.
Uriah physically active in the? I think I'm losing you guys. Hello.
No, you cut for just a second, but yeah, no, he was. He was taking part in the practices and stuff like that. Like if he wasn't coaching, even in the days that he was coaching, some of the days he jumped in. He wanted to do some training with me the one day I was grappling and stuff. So, or did you mean is he active? Like is he gonna have another fight soon?
No, I meant just like that. Like, is he still like physical in the practices and like?
Yeah, so it seems like he's still going to practices. I don't know if he was sparring. I don't know if I saw him do any of the sparring, but he did some of the drills with people, and he did jiu-jitsu rounds and stuff. So he might be. I mean, I don't know. You have a lengthy career and you get punched a bunch. You might get done with sparring for a while. Yep. So I can understand that.
Did you get tapped, Garry?
Did I get tapped? Oh yeah. I always get tapped when I train.
Why?
It's because I think it's the most productive way to train. Like I don't think that like by training in a way where you're just trying to molest everybody, it makes you better. Like,
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying that like there's not a time and a place for it.
Yeah.
Like, sure, like you want to, you know, put your A game on sometimes, but my A game is not like all the time. I also think it's a good recipe for disaster, especially when you're training places that are not familiar to you sometimes. Like, sometimes by going 1,000%, like that's going to encourage everybody in the room to go 1,000%. And then
Okay.
before you know it, like people are getting hurt because of stupid shit, you know?
Okay. So you
That's
kind
like
of
just setting the wrong tone. Yeah.
Even, yeah, like especially the MMA, I toned down a lot. Like, I'm not saying that, like, I'm not going to be like, oh man, I would have came in there and beat the shit out of everybody. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I mean is I toned everything down because I didn't even want there to be a chance that anybody was going to get the impression that I was trying to make a statement by punching them in the face or kicking them in the head or anything like that. So
the reason I say this, or I ask you this, is because we once invited Jake Shields over here to the Dominican, and this dude was like hungover, and he was supposed to like teach like a seminar to like some. It was kind of like half and half, like poor kids, and then the other half was like paying customers, and so it was kind of like a charity thing, basically. He came in, dude, and he just fucking destroyed everybody when it was time like to do like at the end of like the drills. He did like kind of like an open mat, and the first 30 seconds he broke this dude's nose from like top pressure.
Yep. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Jake Shields has no off switch. There is no like he's either 1,000% on or Jake's just not training. Like, dude, I genuinely believe he pushes himself so hard to the point where, because the only time I see Jake not going 1,000% is when he has to sit out because he has some sort of injury. So I genuinely just think Jake pushes himself until he gets some sort of an injury, and then it's like, okay, I'm going to take a break. So
Chris,
a lot of guys, some guys are just like that. Like I have one of my sparring partners is former IBF lightweight world champion Richard Comey from Ghana. And they dude is either fully on, like trying to literally trying to knock you out sparring, or he's just not good. Like he's not good unless he's going full out. So he only goes full out. Like he's tremendous. Like he's world class when he goes, but it's like him and I sparring is pay-per-view because it's like we're fighting. It's the only way we can work.
Listen to this. I didn't take part of the class, but I was like watching the class, and when it was time for like the open mat, Jake was doing the drills in like cargo shorts, and when it was time for him to like roll. Wait, where did Garry go?
I'm right here. I just wanted to grab my coffee.
Oh, okay.
I'm an addict. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
That's why we're all here.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I just want to see your reaction, dick face.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I was hoping.
Garry, I got the same chairs at my grandma's house when I was growing up. I remember the top of that chair like vividly from my childhood.
Yeah,
I think there was only one company back then, and that's the only chair that they did.
Those are my,
in the 90s, there was only one chair style. That actually might be my grandmother. Who knows?
Well, Garry buys a bunch of shit from eBay, so maybe it is.
fucking busting my balls.
Daytona Beach.
So Garry, when Jake was there, I felt like such a bitch because I didn't partake in the class because I was hungover as well, and I didn't even honestly think that he was going to do the class, and I told him not to, but he's like, fuck it, he's a savage.
Yeah.
So he does the drills in his cargo shorts, right, with no shirt.
Yeah.
When he's done and he's going for the open mat, he takes his cargo shorts off and he has boxer briefs, right? Some like Under Armour boxer briefs. He's like, "Can you hold this for me?" And he, before I could even say yes, he like tosses it in my at me, like, "Hold this, like hold my beer."
Nice.
And then he's like, "Hold this too," and he takes his tooth out, bro.
Yes.
Like he has like a retainer in his tooth, and he fucking just chucks it at me, and I I didn't even know what he was throwing at me, and I catch it with my hand, and I'm like, "This is
like,
fucking disgusting, bro." Bro, as soon as he did that, like I saw that veins started popping from his neck and his shoulder and chest and arms. He turned into like the fucking Hulk.
Frankie, did you get turned on? Were some other veins popping on you? Were you getting?
I honestly
getting a
had
little-
to lock my
getting a little
room at
windy?
night. I locked my room at night since living in the same
Jake-
apartment.
Jake is
This guy.
because like there's guys that are like savage, like Nicky Rod, you know, for example, like from our team. So he's a savage. Like I consider him to be like an animal. Jake's like a little bit. I wouldn't necessarily call him like, you know, like John level intelligent or anything like that. But he's a smart dude. Like you can have like a very intelligent conversation. Jake,
Yeah,
would you
he
say
is.
that, right? Okay,
Yes.
he's a little bit Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, man. Like the difference between his personality when you're speaking to him, like in a room, like he just seems like a nice, like down to earth dude.
Mhm.
So like him rolling are just too complete. Because a lot of times someone's personality is kind of accentuated in the way that they train. Like it's almost like
Yeah.
you know the way they
Sure.
show themselves. But it's almost like two completely different people, in my opinion.
100%. 100%. Dude, you want to hear another story about Jake? How much of a savage he is? We went to dinner once at this. We were staying at a boutique hotel, and the restaurant was pretty nice. It was like a nice crowd, and he's like
Where
a
was this?
vegetarian in LA,
Mm.
and he orders roasted cauliflower, like the big cauliflower,
Mm.
which had like cheese and I guess it had like marinara sauce or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's vegetarian. I forgot. Or
Yes, and all of our main dishes come, and the waiter, I guess, forgets to give him silverware, and he's like, not a problem. He starts fucking tearing it apart with his hands, and just downing everything. Like his fucking fingers were full of like marinara sauce, and his like it's just a
Yeah.
fucking beast.
yeah.
Like he just came back from hunting and is feasting.
Yeah. Gotta eat.
You threw Jake Shields in the middle of the woods. Like I'm not aware that he has any hunting skills. Like I'm not aware that he's ever learned how to
He'll kill something.
kill and skin an animal. But I feel for whatever reason deep in my heart that if you threw him in the woods with nothing, he'd find a way. Like
And if he goes with a friend, he'll
He's coming
probably
back
kill
with
the
a
friend
full.
too.
He's coming back with a full outfit and fed, well fed.
Jake, I don't think he would like fashion weapons. Like I just feel like Jake would just slowly track down a deer, tackle it, and then just fucking tear it apart with his own teeth. With
Or-
whatever
or-
teeth he has left, I suppose I should say.
Or he comes back from the woods with like the skin of a person,
Yeah.
like as a coat.
How do you like this
Like
coffee cup, by the way?
Coffee cup
Oh.
full of boobies. That's very nice. Do
Yeah,
you collect
Harry-
coffee cups?
That's-
I do. I have a large coffee cup collection. Jeff Chu hates it because he only likes to have like one or two like cups or bowls or whatever. Like, but I just
Yeah.
have like 1,000 coffee cups. He's like, dude, you got to get rid of some of these. So I got rid of some of the shitty ones, but I have all the good ones left.
Did you get rid of the
fuck that.
Chimera one that I
I'll-
sent you?
I did. I do have the Chimera mug that you sent me.
Okay.
I'm sorry I'm
Yeah,
not.
that
using
latest
it.
No,
one
that's
is
fine.
dope. I like that one, Frank. That latest one is.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like etched in.
Yeah.
Chris, so you went back to Florida just for the conference?
For the
Or you
conference,
st-
but also, no, I'll probably stay for a couple days. You know, check on my condo, make sure everything's cool. But
you came home to fuck
tonight
up?
we're going to the bare knuckle.
Oh, that should be
Nice.
cool.
My,
You came home to a kind of like a fucked up situation, huh?
oh yeah,
Some
so
cockroaches,
I
dead
forgot about that.
batteries.
Dude, I get from the airport, I get home, I take my Uber, and then I'm going to like go grab groceries and whatnot, and my battery just won't turn over. Which, I mean, it's 5 or 6 years old. Like, it's totally fine. It happens, but like, I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna change it myself because I don't want to get a jump. You know, I don't really know. My neighbors are all like super old. I'm not gonna ask them like to move
Well,
their car.
you're
up.
like
So
a
I'm
man's man.
yeah, so I Ubered to AutoZone. I bought a battery. And I'm like, I've never done this before, so it's just another skill for me to learn to have, and did it super easy. And then I'm in my place, and I don't know, for whatever reason, I had trouble sleeping the first night I was there, and I wake up and I go to grab water out of the kitchen, and I hear something. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I go in the bathroom, and there's a fucking cockroach. Literally, it's my spare
Woo!
bathroom, which is
That's
part
a
of my
big
condo.
one.
This fucking big. Dude, I can
he's-
hear it
he's
from the
hold-
other room.
He's holding up, just for anybody who's only listening and not watching, he's literally holding up his hand in the size of a fucking fist.
fucking
It was a big
thing
boy.
was huge.
Big boy.
It was making noise. I could hear it from 2 rooms away. So like I walk in, I'm like, oh fuck, and there was a couple other ones like in the bathtub. So I didn't realize this. My brother told me later that cockroaches can come up through your drains
Yes.
if you live in apartment buildings, because they'll
If it's
get
dry enough, yeah.
they'll get like so they'll find any kind of water they can, or if someone like will bomb them, they'll leave in the drain any way they can, and all the drains are connected. So these motherfuckers were coming out of my spare shower. So it's like 1 a.m. right now. So I smashed the big one. I throw them in the fucking toilet. I left them in the toilet all day the next day so I could piss on them every time I went to the bathroom and be like, fuck you, you piece of shit.
All right.
And I left the whole bunch.
A little
like,
vindictive towards a cockroach.
I left
I
a
like
couple. Yeah, a little
Chris,
bit.
I got your
And I left
solution.
one of the dead ones in the shower. So wait. So then
it.
I go back to go to sleep, but now I'm skull skeeved out, right? I'm on my phone. I'm looking up like, what do you do about cockroaches? How do they get in your house? I don't have any food out. It was bugging me out.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, fuck. So like an hour later, I'm rolling around. I go back in there. Now there's like 15 of them, and
They
because they
multiplied.
eat the bodies. So if you leave the bodies, they'll eat them. So they're
So they're
carnivorous
feasting.
and carnivore cannibals. Yeah. So it ate the dead bodies that were there, and there was like more. There was like literally like 15 of them. So now I'm like literally hell-bent. I'm fucking smashing all of them in the shower, like just fucking killing them one by one and cursing the whole time. It's
Like
3 in the morning
whack-a-mole.
now. I'm sitting there, literally, yeah. I'm in my underwear just smashing fucking. I use like a PVC pipe, and I'm smashing fucking all these cockroaches in my bathroom. And then and I see them all kind of like by the drain, and that's when I figured out. I was like, oh, they're coming out of the fucking drain, because they weren't in any of the other rooms. It didn't make any sense. So the next day, I just spent the whole day cleaning.
So,
Toss some liquid plumber in there.
you know how long fucking
Yeah.
cockroaches have been around? I just looked this up.
They
on my
don't die, bro.
Bro,
Dude, like,
they've
they're
been
like the
around
oldest
for
thing ever.
320 million years.
They're probably
They
like the
survived.
oldest species
They found
ever.
a way to fucking survive for that long.
Yeah.
I fucking hate them. They do nothing. Like, they've been around for 320 years. They have a no use whatsoever. They're
Yeah,
fucking
they do.
disease
They're
ridden
they're
pieces of shit.
a delicacy in China.
Fuck that. They're disgusting.
Chocolate covered cockroaches.
they're
It's
they're fucking creepy, dude. I'm with you.
I got your solution, Chris.
Yeah.
I have a cousin, Guillermo, that can take care of that. He just needs your apartment keys and your car keys, and he also needs a 1 week heads up when you're coming
And your
back,
social security
when
number.
you're coming back.
Guys named Guillermo cannot come into my place.
He'll turn on. He'll
unless
turn your
they're
car on.
unless they're the pool boy, in which case it's fine.
He'll make sure that your no cockroaches are in your house. He'll just turn on your faucets. He'll take care of everything. He needs a 1 week heads up just when you're coming back.
Say, Mom.
Guillermo.
Make sure he takes your listing off Airbnb.
Yeah, that's funny, man. Dude, they're savages, those little things. It's crazy. I haven't seen one the size that Chris was talking about in a long time, though. That's a big
pretty
boy,
squeezed out.
man. And that's where again, Florida?
He's in like Boca. Gary, I saw you launched Cash Chicks Championship grills.
I didn't. I'm not
Frozen.
selling the grills, but I did get one made for myself. There's a guy that I train with out in Texas, in Dallas, who does like custom jewelry and stuff. He's a friend of mine. He actually made one for me a while back. Like it was just like a standard grill with like, I think it was silver or something like that, and it was pretty cool.
Grill, like
Yeah, on your teeth, dude. Yeah,
Like-
it's crazy.
like
you've
a
had,
rapper
you've
grill.
had people before a grill.
Yeah. So I can't say that I got a crazy amount of use out of it, but like I wore them for a couple occasions and things. I thought they were kind of cool. I definitely like at
For like
first
what, Halloween?
when he first like got them made, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, oh man, like this is cool, but like when am I gonna wear it? Whatever. But I did, like I wore it for a couple special occasions. We went out to Vegas and I was wearing it a bunch and it was kind of cool. Like and it was ironic because my buddy Murdad, who we have to have on here one day, like it's a must. He's just an absolute animal. It'll definitely, if we get canceled for any podcast, it's going to be right up there with Vin the Chin for sure. It's just obscenities all over the place. But Murdad actually had a grill with him also, which was the weirdest thing ever. Like I never would have expected any of the people I associate with to, other than like maybe some of the dudes that train with us that are like from Newark and stuff. Like I would never have expected anybody to have grills. And Murdad pulls out a grill the same weekend that I had one in Vegas, and he puts the thing in. I'm like,
So
all right,
you guys,
well, if he's
you guys
wearing
didn't
one.
plan this? He just happened
No,
to have
he
a
didn't
grill.
plan it at all. He just happened to have it with him, and I've never seen him wear one before in my life. And he's like, oh yeah, look, mate, you know.
That's
you-
awesome.
It's
Did we just become best friends?
This new one that they had made is so fucking cool though, because it's got the logos etched into each of the teeth. Not that you would necessarily see that from far away, but if you look up close, it's really cool.
So who advises you with your merch, Garry?
Nobody. I just freeball that shit. I really am looking for people. So like if anybody's listening to this and they have some sort of expertise in the area, I really am looking for people to kind of come on board and make the process a little smoother, because Jeff Chu runs a lot of it, but it's basically like a whole separate company. You know what I mean? It's not really intended. Cash Chicks Championships is not really intended to be like me, you know, like that's intended to be its own lifestyle apparel brand. So it's like a whole separate entity to, you know, me and my seminars and all that kind of stuff that Jeff manages. So he runs most of the company. Like he gets all the shirts printed and like gets them sent out and everything. And, you know, I do like the creative work and kind of come up with ideas, and I'll, I write, you know, when people get things delivered to them, I'll write them like notes and stuff. I do like little things, but he's responsible for most of the day-to-day stuff. But it's getting to the point, like as you get bigger and bigger, like, and you have more and more products and stuff like that, it's getting to the point, like I need people that really know what they're doing with like distribution and fucking, you know, production and that sort of thing. So it's like, it'd be better if I had some people on board that like do this sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like have been involved with a brand before. So, I mean, I'm willing to get more people on the team. It's just a question of like, you know, who. It's like hard to know who to trust and like, you know, who's really there to help you out and who's not just trying to take advantage of you, you know?
Of course.
Yeah.
Because I'm always a micromanaging kind of dude. Like I've been from the beginning have done pretty much fucking everything myself. And it's like really hard for me to let other people take responsibilities. But like life's at the point now where everything else that I want to do that's not what I'm doing now, I have to find some way to divvy up the responsibility to somebody else, or it's just not feasible.
And this person also.
Yeah, I'm the exact same way. Like if I've always done everything myself, and I got to a point even for myself, I was just like, I can't handle any of this shit. It's too much. I'm just focusing on what I need to focus on, and then I just had to delegate. It's still hard to do, but
yeah.
Garry also needs someone that has like an iron will and kind of like a Navy SEAL type of personality, because he's a mean ass boss.
I am a fucking.
He'll
jerk
fucking beat you down to the dirt.
I should bring on my two employees, Andrew and Damien, and they could probably tell you stories of me fucking screaming at them, because they manage what was my gym before we had to pack everything in. Yeah, they have a lot of experience with that.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Jeff is the one that takes the most abuse as he lives with you.
Yeah, I take abuse from Jeff too, though. People don't realize Jeff's a silent abuser. Yeah.
Like he scolds at you back.
Oh yeah, it goes back and forth. Like I get chastised for all kinds of crazy shit from Jeff. So it swings both ways. I'm just more vocal about it, but like Jeff Chu will find a way to like make me like to like eat at my soul, like subconsciously. Like he'll drop like a line that like makes me feel bad about like the last 5 years. You know,
Dude, you know what that's called? That's called pent up aggression.
Exactly.
It's
yeah.
like
Jeff builds it up, you know.
He reaches a boiling point and then goes like straight to the heart.
Oh man. Yeah.
You know, for a minute there, I thought you were gonna say like Jeff is more of a physical person.
Yeah,
You're
Jeff
more
just
of a
beats me
mental one.
and I
He's a
take it.
physical. Like
Jeff comes out with the whip and like.
For sure, Jeff takes a lot of abuse. Jeff could definitely come on, and I don't know if the thing about bringing Jeff on is like Jeff would be less inclined to tell you like bad things about me, because he's such a nice guy. Whereas Damien and Andrew would have no problem telling you guys all kinds of terrible things about me.
So maybe we should schedule to have him on when you're not home.
That would be fun.
He feels free to talk about you.
It would actually be kind of fun.
We'll get the truth.
To have them on. I think we should all do this. I think it would be funny, whether we do it with us on or not. I think it would be funny for us to bring on somebody who like intimately works with us and knows like some knows like sides of us that we're not necessarily going to show all the time and like tell things about, or has seen like things from a different perspective. Like, you know, like the way that Jeff sees the things that I do and the way that the guys that manage my gym see the things that I do is different than I do. So like they remember things sometimes and I'm like, what? Did that happen? And it's like, yeah, it did happen. It just didn't mean anything to me because I wasn't traumatized by it. You know?
Well, the thing is that you turn red and you black out.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
something takes a hold of you.
That's a scary thought with your idea.
Yeah.
Bringing on other people not being on, just letting them talk about us. Fuck.
Yeah. I think it would be kind of funny, but I don't know.
It would be very revealing. That's definitely a very eye-opening experience.
I think my mother would probably be the best for that.
I think Peacock would be Dr. Corey Peacock would be a really good one to let him just talk about me, but talk about getting canceled. That'll be the end of me.
Yeah, we got to put together a list and start really trying to get some people on here. I think I'll start hammering away at that. I've mentioned to Gordon a couple times. He's away in Puerto Rico right now. But I'll get
about Gordon, man.
Nice.
We need to get him on.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. I've talked to him about it. He's fine with it. I just haven't organized it yet.
Dude, Gordon is such a fucking savage. He goes so hard on people. Like I don't think I've ever seen anybody go so hard.
It's impressive. It's really impressive. He dedicates his life to crushing people on social media, and it's a beautiful thing, man. It really is. I don't have the heart to go as far as he goes anymore. Like when I was his age, like I was hammering away at people on social media too, but like I don't have it in me as much anymore. Like I'll give a couple digs in, I attack people, but man, he just brings up shit from like 5 years ago that you posted on your fucking Twitter to just assault you. It's a beautiful thing.
I mean, when I was a little younger and like, cause I didn't gain popularity until I was much older than you, Gary. So like, I didn't go through that age where it was age appropriate to go and fucking attack everybody. But even so, like in my 30s, like I used to go back at people in Twitter when they would talk shit or whatever, like every once in a while, but it's just like, it's so much work. Like you have to, it's back and forth and like you have to constantly be one-upping each other. I got to the point I was like, all right, fuck this.
Yeah, you definitely gotta learn how to manage it on some level. Like, and Gordon has learned how to take those struggles
because he's thorough.
Yeah, he's thorough, but he has learned how to take those struggles and turned it into a net positive for his brand. So it's not like
1,000%.
Gordon's not going online and just like talking shit with some random person and not making it like enhancing to what he does. Like he's not having some quiet conversation with some person on the internet that nobody's going to see. Like if he talks shit to you, he's going to be posting it on his story. He's going to be posting it on his main feed. He's going to be talking about it. He's going to be telling other people to talk to you. And it becomes this whole chain of events where it's like something that people want to follow. Like something that people are interested in.
It's entertaining.
It's entertainment, it's drama, it's notoriety.
So what starts to happen is it's no longer just for most people, they're like, oh man, well, what am I getting out of this? Right? Like when I talk shit to this one person, it's like, all right, well, I just had a conversation with somebody online for 2 hours and it meant nothing and I got nothing done. And you know, there was responsibilities that I had that just got passed up because I just talked shit to that guy. But because he does that and it enhances his brand, it's almost like he's doing work for his brand while he's talking shit to people. So he's turned it into a net positive, even though it's normally something that just wastes people's time.
Does Gordon ever get attacked at these events? Like, has he ever gotten attacked?
Let me put it to you this way.
He talks a lot of shit about like a bunch of Brazilians and, well, I mean, a bunch of like from the Atos dudes. Yeah.
Let me put it to you this way. It helps a lot that Gordon is 200 pounds plus and the best in the world at what he does. So he is an actual combat athlete. So amongst combat athletes, like it's a little less likely that people really get, too, up in arms. But I will also say this, most jiu-jitsu guys are kind of pussies. Like, to be honest, like, dude, try talking shit to like Jake Shields and having him not do
slap your ass.
Like he'll come up to you and he'll slap you in your mouth. Like that's just how it is.
Well,
most jiu-jitsu guys, they'll talk a big game.
He's a real fighter.
Yeah, he's a real fighter. most jiu-jitsu guys, they talk.
You can ask the Florida boy how that turned up for him.
Exactly. Yeah, AJ.
AJ.
They'll talk a big game, but they're not gonna do anything out of the context of a jiu-jitsu match. Like the most that's ever happened to Gordon is he had a match with like fucking Cyborg, and during the match, Cyborg is like slapping Gordon.
I saw that.
Big deal, you know? Like a lot of people do that. Like during their matches, they'll be like more violent than they should be in a grappling match. But like, man, if these guys really had it in them to fight people that were good at fighting, they would be doing MMA, and they're not. That's the way that I kind of look at it. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm not saying that I'm not saying these guys can't fight, but I'm saying they're not particularly interested in starting fights with other people who are as good as they are at what they do, and like having it be an even playing field, because that might not work out in their favor. You know, you start a fight with Gordon in the middle of a jiu-jitsu tournament and he fucking beats your ass. I mean, how's that going to look? You know what I mean? So there's a real fear that he will be able to defend himself quite well. And jiu-jitsu guys are not, like I said, not fighters per se. Not all of them anyway.
Well, the reason that I asked is because I saw him and Galvao going at it pretty hard. And I know that Galvao tried to dabble in MMA. It didn't go very well for him, but at least like it shows that he's not like a fearful.
He's willing to fight somebody. I would say the other thing is just that in the US, there's a lot to lose. You know, especially with a lot of guys, if you're specifically talking about Brazilians, I mean, you're talking about guys that probably emigrated to the United States and are probably in a shaky situation with their visas. Like, I'd be willing to bet that Galvao probably is good to go, has a green card and all that kind of business. But some of these other guys, like, man, like they fucking get an assault charge on them, and then they're trying to get into this country, and like,
I didn't think about that.
Probably going to be pretty difficult to be granted a green card or granted citizenship or whatever it is that you have to fucking go through. They don't like marks like that on your record if they're going to be considering you for citizenship, I don't think.
Yeah, I didn't take that into consideration, but that's very valid. So whatever happened to Gordon and MMA? Did
he was in it for a while. He was doing the MMA sparring with us and stuff. And like, you know, I think he does like it on some level. I'm not saying it's out of the question for him. Like I started doing MMA when I was 26. So I still think that if Gordon has plenty of time, if he decides that he really wants to do it, to put his head down and dig hard into MMA. Yeah. I think what Gordon realized is like he's reached the pinnacle of the sport that he's at. And he has the ability to continue to build and expand upon that. And he's at a very unique juncture where he literally makes more money than anybody in the sport ever has. And it's hard. I think we had this discussion before. I think it's hard
to walk away from that.
It's hard to walk away from something like that. And I honestly can't blame him. It's like, man, like he's doing so well doing what he's doing, and he's broken so many boundaries for the sport in terms of like how popular it could be and how much money that you're going to make and this, that, and the other thing. It's like, does the MMA transition really make sense? Like, I agree. Like, let me put it to you this way. I know it might not be it's not an exact parallel, but if you took like LeBron James and we're like, okay, like LeBron James is like the greatest in his, you know, sport, and now he's going to go transition to baseball, like similar to like what Michael Jordan did. Is it worth it? Like what's the get, you know, out of that? You know, I don't know if it's worth it. I think it's probably best to just go down in history as like the best in the world at what you know what I mean? I don't know.
I agree.
Eyewitness News, where news comes first.
Do you guys know number one tennis player Novak Djokovic? Have you heard of him?
No. Yeah. I don't know.
So he was disqualified from this year's U.S. Open. I
saw that.
He was the number one pick to win because Nadal and Federer were not, and some of the other top players did not enter the tournament. So he got frustrated from a point, and he accidentally like hit a ball out of frustration, and he pegged an elderly lineswoman in the throat, right in the fucking throat, and she dropped to her knees.
That's amazing.
He got
Gary,
disqualified.
it's pretty fucking awesome. You gotta see it. It's all right, first of all, that is so stupid that he got fucking disqualified. It was an accident. Granted, the rule is you're not allowed to strike a line judge, but he didn't do it on purpose. To take the number one seed, the guy who's gonna win the tournament, out because of a mistake and an accident like that, that's crazy.
Yeah. I will say this: tennis players are they're angry fucks, man. Like, there's a lot of fucking bad blood in tennis. It's like
they're savage.
It's strange, man. Like, like they have some of the poorest attitudes in all of sports I think I've ever seen. It's pretty amazing.
They're like they're allowed to throw hissy fits on the court, like, and they all do it.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Dude, Serena Williams has been in like argue matches with these line judges like, all the time.
Serena's sassy, very sassy. So what they say is that if he it was very unlucky for him, because if he had hit that person anywhere else other than the throat, they would have been more lenient. But since
I think she was selling it anyway, though.
Holding her throat.
But she fell and like looking around, like kicking her legs. Like, chill out. Yeah. Like, it's a tennis ball and he barely hit it. Like, Garry, you gotta watch the video. He's just frustrated. He's kind of like, fuck, and just kind of whacks it like in her direction, and it cracks her in the throat. Yeah. I mean, it was pretty funny, but like, she didn't have. I think there was a little bit of pageantry there, where she was just like dropping to the floor.
It seems like she might want to sue.
Of course.
Dude, she should.
She will,
dude.
That guy's got banged.
If she has any semblance of a brain left, she would sue. I mean, fuck. What a beautiful moment to fucking take advantage of.
I hate people.
I mean, I personally wouldn't do it. Like, I'm not a big. I hate lawsuits. I hate the idea of fucking suing people. It's just so shitty. It turns into this it turns people into very shitty people. I think the idea that you can sue everybody and this sort of thing. But
I have been in a couple long drawn out lawsuits. They fucking suck. They ruin your life. They sap your bank account. And they, like you said, they make people show really ugly colors, and it makes you hate people. Like, I never hate anybody until I got into lawsuits. Now I fucking hate people.
Well, you know what, Chris? If you're 58 years old and you're a ball boy, that says a lot about your character. So I don't think she has much respect on whatever's going on. So she's gonna sue. Yes, I do believe that.
Tennis to me seems like a kind of like hoity-toity, like wealthy, proper sport, and how like bad attitude they are, like in their shit. Like, it's hilarious.
Well, it makes sense. They're they're prep kids. They're like rich kids.
Well, not Djokovic. Djokovic was poor, or the Serena sisters. They used to play in the ghetto, bro.
Yeah, but all the kids that I know, like, if you played high school tennis or whatever.
Yeah, for the most part, but the top of the heap,
and they make rich. A lot of money really young.
I think the ones who break through and are like top of the heap aren't like little rich kids. But you're right. Like, for the most part, it is considered like a country clubbish type of sport, like sweater around your neck.
It's part of that culture. Like, that's like, look who goes to watch those things. Like, that's the culture of that sport. And if you don't come from that, you got to learn how to act like that, because that's how those guys all come across.
Yeah.
I got a good one for you, Chris. Canelo Alvarez sues Golden Boy in dancing over the $365 million deal they had. He claims the parties did not live up to the terms of the 11 fights he was contracted to do, so he's seeking $280 million in damages, as he has been sidelined for way too long.
I fucking love it. Fucking promoters, these promoters are trying to say that the fighters should take less money because of the pandemic, because they took losses, so we're going to garner and shoulder those losses. No. You owe us as a contract. I'm supposed to get paid this much. You can't afford it. Too bad. Pay me.
Fuck you, pay me.
I love it. I love it. Good for him.
Did you hear about this, Garry?
I didn't hear about it, but yeah, man. I mean, you fucking listen. It's very rare that contracts work out to protect a fighter. And in this one instance where finally they have some sort of situation where that favors the fighter over the organization, like, yeah, I'm all for it. Because most of the time, if there's some sort of dispute or whatever the case may be, it's the organization reigns supreme, man. You know, they are the ones that typically have all the power. They're the ones that have everything in the contract written to protect them. So
I got my ass kicked exactly what you're talking about 3 different times in terms of trying to battle the higher powers. I don't have the Canelo lawyer team or law team or money to go to battle with these guys. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right, Garry.
To the cleaners,
it is completely against the fighters, an uphill battle. And honestly, if you want to fight them as a fighter, you're taking a stand. You're not going to win. You're just doing it. You're doing it to make a stand. That's all. So for him to go out there and do what he's going to do, good. God bless him. I hope he takes him to the cleaner.
To be honest with you, when I heard about the Danzig deal for $365 million, I couldn't believe it. I thought there was something fishy going on because Danzig came out of nowhere and is putting up so much money.
DAZN.
Yeah, Danzig. What an idiot. DAZN. Right. They came out of nowhere.
I like the way you pronounce it better, Frankie.
Right?
DAZN, DAZN,
DAZN. Dude, it's written very stupidly, by the way. So DAZN.
DAZN.
Your name sucks.
Somebody's gonna be saying that about my name one day.
Tonon.
Yeah. Tonon. Doesn't look like that. It's fucking stupid.
doesn't spell like that.
I mean,
but I mean, no, because those big long-term contracts, they're dangerous. They're not fishy because Floyd Mayweather had one with Showtime a long time ago where he had like a guaranteed $40 million for. Not at the time. Showtime at that time, especially Showtime Boxing, was floundering when they signed that Floyd Mayweather deal, and I was like, how are they going to make their money back? And it blew them up, and they're still like HBO has folded since then, and Showtime has taken over. So that was an interesting way that unfolded. And DAZN probably would have worked out as well, but the pandemic really fucked things up.
Well, from an ignorant person's perspective, I thought that was an absurd amount of money for a company that I've never even heard of. That just
Canelo's the prize pig. So you come in and you get the most expensive guy. You get the guy who makes the most money. You know, it was a calculated move on their part. Yeah, it's a tremendous amount of money and hard to pull off.
I guess. Okay.
When you're the man, you're the top of the heap.
I see you being a little suspicious though, Frankie, coming from my perspective in the grappling world. This kind of shit happens all the time where organizations pop up that have like a really wealthy backer and are offering a bunch of money. For example, I forget the name of the organization, and I don't want to misname some organization and then accuse them of something, so I'm not going to say I'm not going to say which one it was, but there was an organization that was supposed to have me fighting Colby Covington, and eventually got replaced for what was his name, Dustin Poirier.
I remember that.
And
that was earlier this year.
They had Nikki against this guy Jay-Z, who was an ex-MMA
Jay-Z
fighter.
the rapper?
No, Gordon. I forget who Gordon was competed against, or maybe he didn't that one. I'm not really 100% sure. But anyway, there was this laundry list of people, like high-level competitors. They brought in sumo wrestling against like former MMA fighters. It was this whole big long thing, and they were basically like, every time you tried to negotiate your contract, 20 G's, I'd really like to make 50. They'd just be like, okay, no problem. And there just was, you felt like no resistance in the organization in terms of trying to negotiate for more money. So it was very like a suspicious thing where you're kind of like, like, did they just have money to burn, or like, is this kind of fucked? And it turned out everybody competed and didn't get paid. I see what you're saying, man. I understand why you'd be a little suspicious of that. The tough thing about the lawsuits with this sort of thing is just like, he might sue for X amount of money, but if they don't have the money, you know what I mean? I don't know if they do or don't.
They can file for bankruptcy.
Yeah, if they don't have the money, he's fucked, you know? So that might drain a bunch of money from his bank account and just for no reason. But it's hard to say, you know, one way or the other, whether or not they have the money.
Well, he also involved Golden Boy, so maybe that's another tactic of his to kind of force their hand a little bit more, or have like Golden Boy set an alternative route or figure something out.
Yeah.
Because I know they're scrambling now to get him a fight. So.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it. Don't know enough about it, but oh man, I want to fucking get a fight one of these days.
Any news?
Not really. It's not looking great, you know. It's still pretty tentative out there as far as like whether or not fights are going to happen. I'll shoot a message to Chatri right now.
Dude, tell him to get you on the Vitor card. When is he fighting? I see he's training for that Elaine dude, big, huge chapter.
I'll find out. It's really hard to say.
And Vitor is here in the States, so maybe you can hop on his plane.
You know, Tom was supposed to fight, I think, too.
Yeah. Yep.
I guess they're planning on doing something sometime soon.
I got a good one for you, just to end it on this.
Let's do it.
You know Odell Beckham Jr.?
Yes.
He's like, okay, so he's like a superstar, right? So
yeah.
he's being accused by a girl named Slim Danger to having forced her to shit on him.
I think she's a porn star. I'm pretty sure I saw something the other day when I was on Pornhub on the search results of that name. So I'm pretty sure that's like I could be wrong.
With a name like that, I wouldn't doubt it. So this girl clearly looks like she's a clout chaser. Okay. So she was on the No Jumper podcast, which is a big podcast talking about how big of a freak Odell is. Like she claimed that he invited to fly her somewhere on his jet.
Yeah.
And he supposedly told her not to shower for 24 hours and to send him videos of her taking dumps as foreplay before the two met up.
Literally amazing. I love that shit. That's fucking beautiful.
So
I'm like, I don't know what other people think, but I respect Odell Beckham Jr. way more than I did previous to what you just said.
Well, okay. So the moral of the story is, Gary, this is good.
Wait, what happened? Because is that all that happened? Was there some?
No, she just claims that and like
allegations or anything before I say that.
No, it was in the news. It was
destroys me.
it was in the news. Supposedly, she said it was consensual. Whatever. All
right, good.
It's not like
superhero. Good for him.
Yeah, she's like kind of like a hoish person. But the moral of the story is, Gary, that if such a big superstar like Odell is being accused of this, and a bunch of people, the majority of people are taking his side, there's still hope for a Garry Tonon. You can keep being dirty and a dirtball behind closed doors and then be clean on the streets.
The thing is that like you gotta own it, man. Like if it was me and those sort of allegations, even if they weren't real, like if she's like, oh yeah, he fucking asked me to take videos of me taking a shit, I'd be like, yeah, I did.
Really?
Like, yeah.
So you would go that route?
Man, own that shit. Be like, listen, you don't fucking have to know what's going on in my bedroom. What should you know or care?
Okay, so I got a hypothetical for you.
Yeah.
Let's say that you ate her booty hole like you tend to do, but then she takes it further and says that she pooped in your mouth and that you told her to poop in your mouth.
I would own it 100%. The only thing that I probably wouldn't own it, like as far as that's concerned, would be like some sort of like pegging or something like that, like where a chick was like, yeah, he fucking took a 12-inch fucking dildo up his ass. Then yeah, I'd probably have to disown that. But if a chick was like, yeah, I shit in his mouth, I'd be like, yeah, she did.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want people thinking you're a homo if you're not, right?
I think that's that's like my line. That's like, my line is once you're like more than like a finger, I'm sorry.
Literally no homo.
Yeah, it's too much. That's too much. But yeah, man, I'm proud of him. Good for him. That's great. Make the most of your fame and fortune there, buddy. But I will say this though, like that's like what, as awesome as it is for the people that have this kind of wealth and power to be able to do the things that they do, like for him to like be able to contact like some chick who's like a famous porn star or whatever and just get.
He denies it, by the way.
Sorry?
He denies it, by the way.
Oh yeah, well he shouldn't. He's a fucking retard. But he might have to. Like his PR team probably tells him like he has to fucking deny it or whatever. Who knows? Because they have like images. They have like real.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like fucking Nike looks at that and they're not gonna be like excited for Odell Beckham Jr. to be fucking getting shit videos.
Odell, we need you to come into the office. We need to have some words.
Yeah, but that just goes to show you, man, like as awesome as it is to have like power like that and to be able to do those sorts of things, it doesn't come without the caveat of like at any given moment, one of these people could turn on you and try to fucking take something that you worked really hard for. Right. So it's like, I mean, it's great. It's cool. But at the same time, it's like it can end just as quickly as it begins, you know?
Okay.
And like I'm not necessarily saying like this is as far as allegations go for like crazy shit that happens with celebrities. To me, this is at the bottom of the heap. Like this is no big deal. Like somebody saying like you fucking told some chick not to shower and like take shits before she fucking met up with you. Like that's nothing, you know, compared to like the allegations that you could have against you, you know, as a celebrity. So, I mean, honestly, this is like a walk in the park in my opinion, but that kind of stuff,
Dude,
much
you know
worse
what
can happen. So
what you just said reminds me of?
what?
You remember the movie Half Baked?
I don't really remember. I'm sure I've seen at
Okay.
least parts of it.
Well, Dave Chappelle's in like
Yeah.
he goes to what do you call that? The where you go in and you talk about like the problems you're having. It's not rehab. It's
Like a therapy session or
yeah,
like
like
group
a-
therapy?
yeah, like a group therapy.
Okay.
And so it's his turn to stand up, and Dave
Okay.
Chappelle stands up and he goes like, "I'm addicted to marijuana," and Bob
Okay.
Saget gets up and he says, "Marijuana? That's bullshit. I suck dick for coke."
Dude, Bob Saget it's so amazing the dichotomy between the characters that he's played on television and what kind of comedian he actually is.
Dude,
It's
he's a
literally
dirtbag.
incredible. Like I
amazing.
can't imagine somebody that like knew Bob Saget from Full House and they heard like, oh, Bob Saget's gonna perform in a comedy club in my local area. Like
They have to walk out.
You know that there's some people that like brought their family to those
100%.
shows. And like thinking like, oh, he's gonna be like a nice comedian. This is gonna be great. And like this woman named Dolores brings like her fucking grandkids to this fucking comedy show, and she's like, this is gonna be sweet. And the first thing Bob Saget goes, he's like, yo, you know, I was fucking this chick in the mouth the other day, and like,
Banging hookers and shit.
like, dude, Bob Saget's a fucking legend, man. Who else was like that? I'm trying to think. It was a black comedian that was really raunchy, but like he would do a lot of family movies.
Cedric.
No, it's like an older comedian. Used to do tons of. It's super popular. Been in a ton of movies.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't remember, man. Doesn't matter. But
Dude.
It was a similar situation.
I have questions lined up for Renato. When are we getting?
Okay. Yeah, he didn't get back to me.
Okay.
So I don't know what's going on with him. I'm gonna have to reach out. I'll give him a call or something. Jeff Glover told me he'd be interested in being on.
Okay.
I have some people like
Uriah?
putting in the queue. Uriah I didn't talk to, but I'm sure he would, dude. He was such a nice guy while I was down there. Seems like he'd be up for anything.
All right, buddy. Well, I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, man. Talk to you later.
Take care, Gary.
I
Bye.
move for no man, no man, no man, no
All right.
man, no
We'll call it a draw.
man, no